Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 23rd race in season number 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, continuing on with the final week in season number 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and continuing this really big week on Napa Fan. And then next week we'll have a lot more great stuff as well. We're starting season 2 next week. But right now we got to finish out the season. And we are going to start round number 3 here at the Martinsville Speedway for the STP 500. Roger Carruth, a chase driver who's still in the chase, starting on the pole, trying to make his way into the Final 4 race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. You got Roger Carruth on the pole. You got Riley White. You got Justin Roberts, Gabriel Marcio, Trey Bartow, a chase driver, Christian Master, Adam Pinchon, Zachary Fitzwater, Cameron Garlington, a chase driver, J.J. Wording, Regan Whitlock, Caleb Hoffman, a chase driver, Donovan Skivnicki, Aaron Walpole, Cody Hagan, Diego Stevenson, Mason Powers, Joffrey Toussaint, Cameron Gadu, Jesse Turner, a chase driver, Aaron Lukes, a chase driver, LJ Mills, Garrett Sonor, Blaine Keys, Jacob Reed, Austin Spencer, Alan Cavagnaro, Eric Powers, Stuart Gratton, Matt Dalio, Biff Crafton, the chase driver, and Warren Henniger, a chase driver, starting at the end of the field. So if you are a chase driver still in the chase and you win a race within the next 3 races, you will have a 25% chance of winning the first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship. So that's pretty big right there. 4 drivers will have the contention. You guys should know this. But in case you didn't know, we'll eliminate the bottom 4 guys in points at the end of 3 races. Then the top 4, whoever finishes highest of those top 4 guys, will win the championship. So it's that simple when we get there at the end of the week. So it's going to be fun. Here on Tuesday now, I'm going to start round number 3. And before I blabble on anymore, blabble. That's a new word. Anyway, let's get to the start of this race. Roger Carruth, Riley White, here we go. Pace car off, and oh no, Biff Crafton's in the pits. And he won't start the race, and he's a chase driver. Well, here we go for the start. Roger Carruth gets the advantage on the first lap. And Biff Crafton's going to have a lot to catch up from after today. Carruth trying to get by the 1. Riley White making the outside work in that number 1 car. White originally was a chase driver, got eliminated in the first round. He's actually won once already within the chase. And he's holding that outside lane very well. Good racing here in Martinsville, trying to take the lead. Riley White from Roger Carruth in the number 17. I don't think the 18 of Crafton's going to be out for the race, but he's going to be a few laps down when he comes back out on the racetrack. White trying to use that outside on Roger Carruth. He's doing a great job of it. He led the last lap, and he's going to lead another one in the number 1. So Riley White, he's using the outside lane very well, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it. He's still able to keep it out there in the number 1. Normally the outside lane is not the place to be in Martinsville Speedway, but Riley White is making it work here today. But I think he might finally lose it here. And he will. Carruth finally takes the lead from White. Actually, not quite yet. Crafton is back on the track. He's just finishing his first lap. White still on the outside. This is impressive here. And this could mean something when we get to the later parts of this race. Let's see if he can stick it. Might want to try to get to that inside now, but he's got Christian Master and Justin Roberts to worry about. And finally, Carruth passes White. And Roger Carruth now the leader here at Martinsville. Remember, he won at Bristol earlier in the chase. And if you win a race and still a chase driver within these next 3 races, you will be one of the final 4 guys to contend for that championship at Homestead. I do remember, this kind of reminds me of that one season I did full-time, the full season, the 36 race season I once did on this channel back last year. When Brett Yoder won the championship, he won, if I'm not mistaken, 4 races within the chase. He won in each round to make it in, and he won the final race as well. A very impressive feat in that series, and that unfortunately was deleted by me. Yes, I'm an idiot. I should not have deleted that one, that season there. It was because it was a great season, and I really, really like that piece of history there. But, you know, it's in our minds, it's in our memories. We still remember all that from last year, and those were the good times of 2014, and not the bad ones, if you know what I mean. Anyway, all good times in 2015 right now, so that's great. And it's good times for Roger Carruth in the 17, who's leading and in the chase. And of course, as I said earlier, if you win, you're in the Final Four race. Of course, everyone's in the Final Four race, but you're in to contend for the championship in the Final Four race if you win. I thought I was done with that. Still have slight, very slight symptoms from my illness that I had earlier this season. Riley White, he's using that high line. He really likes it for some reason. And I'm surprised. Let's look at some other chase drivers here in this field. We got Trey Bartow in the number 4. He's the second chase driver in the field, running 6th. That's a solid position. His teammate Cameron Garlington won that race at Talladega to get into round number 3, and he's running in the top 10. You got Caleb Hoffman in the 13. Has not won a race yet this season. Oh, Skibnicki in the wall. But no caution out for that. Remember, Caleb Hoffman, he does not have a win yet this season, but he's made it through the first 2 rounds of the chase so far. Sid Norris coming in the pit. And if this thing does happen to go green the whole way through, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is Martinsville. Then, probably only have 1 set of pit stops. Okay, so Hoffman's in the chase. He's now running 11th. Next chase driver in the field is not the pace car, I believe. It's Aaron Lukes in the number 5. And he is running 19th. Next chase driver, Warren Henniger, started at the rear of the field. He's running 23rd. Jesse Turner running 28th. Then we got Biff Crafton running in last place. 3 laps down, I do believe. So he's got a lot to bounce back from if this happens to be a last place finish for him. And LJ Mills probably came in to do a pit stop. And we saw Garrett Senor come in to make a pit stop. Actually, we don't really see Garrett Senor anymore. For some reason, I don't see him anywhere. 16. Oh, there he is. He's at the end of the field here. And then you got these 2 guys here. Well, Carruth has pulled away from the second place driver of Riley White now. And this could end up being one of those races like we had at Sonoma earlier this season. I'm going to tell you guys, Sonoma will not be returning for season number 2. As a matter of fact, we'll only be returning 1 road course race for season number 2, and that's Road America. Because it's the only decent road course race in NR 2003. Watkins Glen really wasn't that good of a race, and I don't think Canadian Tire is going to be that good either. That's the next race this season. I'm going to stick with it and do that race. Even though I don't want to, still got to do it. Or do I? I might not. It's good. We could have a sudden schedule change there, just because I don't really think we want that boring of a race in the chase. We got a lot of great other tracks we're going to add next year, actually replace with other tracks. Of course, all those road course races that are leaving. I'm going to have a Michigan race. Michigan's a great track in there 2003. A Texas World race. That's great. That's a great track. The Rockingham in North Carolina and the Rockingham in the United Kingdom. Both Rockinghams, both great Rockinghams, in my opinion. 2 totally different tracks, but 2 great tracks that we'll add next season. And I think that might be it for new tracks next year. Of course, we'll also race at tracks like Nazareth and Memphis in like the Crown Royal Series, Armory Digital in the Crown Royal Series, and the Napa Truck Series. Napa Truck Series might be getting Gateway, so I'll try to do as many tracks as I possibly can through those 3 series, and it'll be a fun season next season. I'm really looking forward to starting it next week. Yeah, next week. With the signups this Friday at 7 Eastern Time. Remind you guys again, if you watch any of my videos at the end, it always pops up sign update. I didn't make it do that. YouTube decided to just do that for me. So, thank you, YouTube, for doing things I'm not telling you to do. But either way, we got ourselves a rather boring race right now, and that's why I'm talking about nothing. So yeah, Roger Carruth out front, he's definitely enjoying this. We'll see if he can pull off the win in the number 17, as we are now a third of the way through the race here at Martinsville. White and Master, then Roberts and Fitzwater, Bartow, Marcio, Garlington, Hagen, and Wording. Come on, guys, crash. I set this way too low, unfortunately. When I was doing my testing, I actually had 3 cautions in the race I tested, so I figured, oh, that's perfect. Well, we don't have any cautions yet in this race, and I'm going to shake things up a little bit. Of course, we will have at least one set of pit stops in this race. But I personally am not a fan of when a driver dominates the race the whole way through. Kind of, sort of maybe like the Richmond race this past weekend. Maybe. I mean, I liked seeing Kurt Busch win, because he hasn't really won that much in recent years. That was pretty neat to see there. All I can say is it wasn't Harvick. And most of you probably can figure out that I am not a Kevin Harvick fan at all. As a matter of fact, he is my least favorite driver out of all 40 or 50 some drivers that have raced in the Sprint Cup Series this year. Because he dominates and is a total jerk. Anyway, nobody's like that in this series, and that's something I like about it. Roger Carruth out front, Riley White. I went through the top 10 just a minute ago. And some chase drivers that aren't doing too good today. We got Jesse Turner back here in 28th. He's not really having the best of days. Biff Crafton isn't either. He's stuck in last place. A couple of laps down, unfortunately for him. Let's see, Henniger's stuck in the 22nd right now. And we got Laren Lukes. Now, this is kind of a surprise. He's one of those guys that I thought would be very solid throughout the chase. This number 5 always seems to do very well in NR 2003. But Aaron Lukes is right now running 19th. Not too bad. But if I'm not mistaken, would miss the cutoff if this were the only race in this round. Because you would have Hoffman, Garlington, Bartow, and Carruth in. I understand these guys, like, going midway through the backstretch there. Don't understand that. Saw the 14 do it, and we also saw Riley White do it there. We are literally single file through most of the field. The first double wide battle actually is here, with Cavagnaro and Gaidu running side by side, or they were running side by side at least. Of course, it's possible. We're actually seeing guys catch up. You see these 2 guys of LJ Mills and Biff Crafton catch up to the back of this pack here. Stuart Gratton at the end of the pack with Jesse Turner. And these guys are still running double wide, so it's possible. We see there's damage on Stevenson's car. Ooh, Dalio went high. That's not good. It's very possible we can end up with maybe a crash throughout this area and to bring out a caution. Or maybe we can just call the precaution. When there is absolutely nothing on the track except 32 Generation 6 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series cars. We could just throw a caution because we don't want Junior to not finish in 2nd place. And we don't want Brad Keselowski to win. I was thinking, you know, with the Knuckleheads thing, if you guys are expecting that, well, too bad. You're not really going to get it anytime soon. But one idea I possibly had as a joke, I'm just going to do it now. I don't know. There's no use. Got to make this entertaining. Is, you know, how they rain delay and sometimes they shorten the races. Well, I figured he would have a rain delay. Brad Keselowski would be out front, you know. Say, there's a rain delay at whatever track, you know, we're racing at, and Brad Keselowski is the leader, and then I say, NASCAR has just called the race, and Dale Jr. has won when he was not in front. I thought that would be a funny joke. See, I'm telling jokes now. That's so unprofessional. Very professional job, though, by Rajat Karuf in the number 17, looking to get, guess what, his third career win. And if he did that, he would be the first driver to do so. 17 has been very solid this season. Looking to win the championship. Of course, we still got pit stops to do, and you never know what will happen with those. But ironically, the times aren't actually falling off like I thought they would. Which means I might not have set them on. Got a mess back here. With all these guys. Now all we would need is something like Dahlia to go high like that, bounce back, and oh my! Turner in the wall hard. Something like that to happen and the guy be right on his inside, and that's a lot of damage on the 43. They're still going double wide back in there. Oh, here we go. Pit stops here at Martinsville Speedway. Rajat Karuf coming in, and that's going to allow the lead to go to Riley White. See, he's actually short pit. Now, first group of guys coming in. You got Walpole as well. And any of these guys back here coming in? No. Only two guys coming in that time. Here comes White. Master Roberts. Lead is Fitzwater. Now, this is not the track you want to stay out at. Or is it? It might be. I don't know. No, it's not the track you want to stay out at, because if you stay out here, this is one of the tracks that really needs tires. Hagen now in fourth, back in there. Fitzwater's going to stay out another lap. Bartow, Marcio, Hagen, Hoffman, Reed, Powers. Luke's Cavagnaro staying out in the 11. So no, Spencer around and the leader was involved in that one, and the caution is going to come out. Things can change quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean quickly. And the leader, when we started the cycle of pit stops, involved, and he's going to be put back in the field. That was Austin Spencer I saw go around there. This is huge. Towards the championship, really. It is huge. See what happened here to Austin Spencer and Rajat Karuf. Oh my goodness. Spencer just minding his own business here. Or is he? Oh, he doesn't know that Karuf is there. He comes right up on him. And that's going to bring out the first caution of the race. And things can change very quickly here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. You see, Karuf, he actually is the one minding his own business. It really isn't anyone's fault except for Spencer's spotter. And that's a tough break for Austin Spencer, who has not had the season at all. But he won that little race during the weekend there. So a little morale booster for him, winning the special race. I still haven't come up with a name for yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. Rajat Karuf, he's not the leader anymore. And this is what's going to be so interesting about this is he's not going to be the leader. He's going to be back behind a lot. So some guys, you know, like Cavagnaro, he stayed out in the 11. He's on the lead lap with Fitzwater. Fitzwater is now coming in to make his pit stop. This is going to be a mess. There are going to be a lot of guys a lap down or whatnot, and it is not looking good for Rajat Karuf. You know, he's shown in 13th place, but he's got to complete some of these laps. So here come the two guys that were on the lead lap in for pit stop. So we're going to probably have quite a few guys out in front of these leaders here. Riley White's in 4th place, but I believe he's a lap down. So I think we're going to have... I think we only have... Caruth is 5th behind White. So White actually got out ahead of Caruth. See, the leader... I do believe that the leader of this race is Zachary Fitzwater, yes. But he's going to be starting in the middle of the pack. And this, we're using the old NASCAR rules here. And we got all these guys in front of him on the tail end of the lead lap. Guys that I believe are on the tail end are guys like White, Caruth, Marcio, Master, Hagen, Roberts. Those guys are on the tail end of the lead lap. Garlington, Hoffman, Bartow, they're on the tail end. Reed, Powers, Walpole, and then there's the leader. Skivnicki's a lap down. Pinchon, Lukes. So this one actually might just go right to Fitzwater. I mean, the only other guy that could compete is Cavagnaro in the number 11. Trying to still figure out who's third. Hey, guess what? Austin Spencer's 3rd place. He was involved in that caution. He's now 3rd. Just because of how that whole caution played out. And what happened was, the caution came out during the pit stops. And that's why there are so many guys in front of the leader. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a mess. I really like the chances of Cavagnaro and Spencer. You know why? Because they're in the back. So if something happens in front of them, they're going to have the most time to react. Fitzwater is up here in all this mess. And here we go for the start, the restart in this race. With Fitzwater the leader, you see all those cars out in front of them. They're not going to make it. They're going 3 wide and whatnot. It's not looking good in front of the leader, Fitzwater. 2 guys at the end of the field, Cavagnaro and Spencer, are 2nd and 3rd place. But there's the leader, Zachary Fitzwater. And we'll see what he can do. Oh, boy. They're going 4 wide. Oh, boy, into Kraft. And, oh, no, we got a crash. Fitzwater is going to be involved. He's around. Who takes the lead? Oh, my goodness. The leader, Fitzwater, involved in a crash. Garrett Sinor. The leader is Austin Spencer in the 22. If he doesn't crash. Somehow Cavagnaro got hung up on the... he has damage, boy. Austin Spencer's the leader in the number 22. And that's why NASCAR changed this whole rule. Because stuff like that happens, and it's just crazy. That's why they created the wave around rule. Okay, we saw, I do believe it was Garrett Sinor. Oh, Whitlock all torn up. He's not been having that good of a season. Where is Sinor? There he is. Fitzwater, I thought, was going to miss this whole thing. Oh, man, let's see. This is where it all starts. Him and Bartow. Bartow in the 4. Sinor just goes high, and Bartow comes and clips him. Turner, a chase driver. Crafton, a chase driver. Fitzwater, the leader, involved. Something happened to Cavagnaro, and then more crashing happened. Oh, Cavagnaro hit Garlington in the number 10. See Garlington and Pinchon here. Powers went high and then to Pinchon, and Garlington was on that outside, and he got slammed by Cavagnaro in the 11. Sinor in the 16. And the 9 was the leader when this all happened. Oh, man, and they're just using their arc brakes. That's what they're doing. Cavagnaro's still high. He's got damage, but I don't know if he's going to be a contender. Whitlock in the pits. I'm not sure if I think guys like White, they're actually going to get their lap back. They're going to start now behind the leader, Austin Spencer. Who knew that when we saw Austin Spencer bring out the first caution that he would be the leader in this race, trying to grab his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win and his 2nd overall career win on this channel. We'll see how this all sorts out. We'll see if anyone actually comes in the pit. It's a good question there. We just came in. And, let's see. Crafton gained a position after all that. He's trying to bounce back after what happened to him earlier. I don't know who's what now. 2nd place. Fitzwater. Third, Riley White. I think Cavagnaro had a little too much damage. Carruth, who was the leader before that first caution, he's now fourth. Let's see here. Fifth place is Gabriel Marcio in the 78. Christian Master, Cody Hagen, Roberts, Hoffman. He's having a good day. He's having a really good day compared to the other chase drivers. Jacob Reed's in 10th. A good day for him. Good to see him get a good finish again. Walpole, Turner's in the pits with damage. Cavagnaro's in the pits with damage. And that's Powers in the pits with damage. So Turner's the only one that's only chase driver with a lot of damage. So I think Fitzwater's still in contention for this, but he's got two cars in between him and the leader, Austin Spencer. Austin Spencer out front with no lap traffic in front of him. So that's really good for Spencer in this number 22, a non-chase driver. And if he wins, he would only be officially the second non-chase driver to win so far this season. I know White won a race at Kansas, but at least at one point he was a chase driver this season. But here's a problem. Lap cars. They're annoying. And all the leaders start on the outside when this happens. So you see all the leaders there. All the leaders, they are on the lead lap. There's nobody in front of Spencer, so everyone on that outside line is on the lead lap. Here we go for the restart. I haven't been speeding through these restarts because there's been so much to talk about. So here we go. Spencer the leader, Fitzwater, White, and Carruth is the highest chase driver so far in this field. We'll see what happens. He might see another caution. Spencer trying to get around the 18 on the outside. But he's got Fitzwater right behind him for the lead. None of these guys are chase drivers. They're just racing for wins. Fitzwater's on the inside now. But he's not going to quite get it yet. Crafton doesn't... He's got a good car. He just had that problem earlier. They got it fixed. Got him back out there. He's going to get... if I were Spencer... Man, I don't know what I would do if I were Spencer. I would try to find a line right inside, on the inside, right behind Crafton, but in front of Fitzwater. Thing is, Crafton's going slow enough. Here we go. Fitzwater's going to take the lead here. He's going to get a nose at least underneath of Spencer here. I think he's going to do it. They're side by side for the lead here at Martinsville. Spencer trying to get to that inside. He can't quite do it. Spencer's still got a chance. He just needs to run this outside really well, but he's not going to be able to do it. And Fitzwater's going to be able to keep the lead in the number 9, even after being involved in that crash. Oh, Spencer in the wall, and that's just going to allow Fitzwater to pull away even more in this number 9. And Fitzwater was at least at one point a chase driver, so if he won this race, there would be another chase driver winning. Oh no, he's going to hit the wall, or is he? He's now stuck on the high line as Blaine Keys, a lap car, passed him. And it's not over yet for Spencer in the number 22. He just needs to get underneath a Sidnor, get to that inside lane. I think that's all he needs to do. He needs to get to the inside lane. That's what he needs to do. And he's not able to do it right now. Maybe his teammate will let him in. No, Powers does not let Austin Spencer in, and it's Fitzwater out front pulling away with this thing. Let's see how some of our other leaders did. Riley White there in 3rd. You got Roger Carruth in 4th. Marcio in 5th. Trey Bartow in 6th. Mills is a lap down. Master in 7th. Hagen. Hey, Henninger's in 9th. Wow, he bounced up a lot there. Lukes is up there. Walpole's up there. Gadew's up there. Roberts is. Reed. Hoffman. Wording. They're all on the lead lap. Pinchon's on the lead lap. And the leader is Fitzwater. And I'm pretty sure Spencer, yeah, he's got way too many lap cars in front of him. Of course, if the 9 does happens to be put on the outside, it might be possible for Spencer to catch up to him. if Spencer doesn't get caught on the outside. He just raced his fastest lap. Fitzwater did in the number 9. So he means business here at Martinsville, trying to get his 3rd career win. He won the All-Star race. That counts as a win. And he would be the first driver to win 3 races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and on Napa Fan if he can get this win. Which it is looking good for Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. Wishes he was still in the chase. If he was, he would be part of that Final 4. But next best thing for him, just a win in general. Second place battle, Spencer and White. White trying to close in on Austin Spencer for the lead, or actually so for second place I should say. And Roger Carruth still going to get a good finish. He's going to be the leader in points when this is all said and done, most likely. He's going to finish most likely in 4th place. That's a good amount of points there. That would be 29 points for him. And by far Spencer's best Chick-fil-A Cup Series finish, if he can finish in 2nd place, especially considering his crash with Roger Carruth. So Fitzwater has 6 laps to go, and he is going to be he will be the first 3-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, if he can get the win. The number 9 races a lot better here than it does in the Sprint Cup Series, I will say. Sam Hornish Jr. he's a great guy, but unfortunately he just can't do a single thing. He's like the male version of Danica Patrick, let's just say that. That's kind of how bad he races. I mean, Richard Petty cars are very good cars, and if he's finishing 35th every race, then it's obviously nothing. It's obviously not that good of a thing there. Did I make sense? Fitzwater, though, a great driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, looking to get his 3rd career win and to become the first 3-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Of course, that is counting the All-Star race that he won. Crafton's actually coming in the pit here, so that clears it up for these guys up front. 2 to go here at Martinsville Speedway for Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9, looking to become the first 3-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I've said that enough. The Aussie driver in the number 9 is going to take the white flag here in the STP 500. We had a pretty good race here today. It started off pretty slow, but it ended up becoming a very good race. And it is going to be Zachary Fitzwater's 3rd career win. Coming out of turn number 4, Zachary Fitzwater wins the STP 500. Congratulations to him on that win. The highest chased driver to finish today was Roger Carruth in 3rd. He got that position on Riley White, and he has 30 points now. Then the next chase driver, how about Warren Henniger in the 27? That was a powerful finish there. He's going to get 27 points for that, actually. So he's not too far off the points lead. So now we only have 2 more races left. I'm thinking of switching Canadian Tire with Texas World, because normally that's when the Texas race is, but we already had a race there at Texas, and that's not the kind of track we have multiple races at. So how about Texas World for the next race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series? And that will be fun to see who can win that one. But anyway, we had fun here today, and Fitzwater's not even on the track anymore. So we'll just keep it with Roberts. So, Zachary Fitzwater, the winner. Austin Spencer in 2nd. Roger Carruth, the highest chase driver. And then 6th, 7th, and 8th, Henniger, Bartow, and Lukes. Right now, it would be Carruth, Henniger, Bartow, and Lukes, the top 4. But we still got 2 races left to determine who else makes it in to the Final 4 race to see who will have the contention for winning a championship over there. Garlington, the last place driver of all the chase drivers, then Biff Crafton, Jesse Turner, and Caleb Hoffman. So we'll see. We'll get those points up for you right about now. So let's have some fun with the points and the good old NASCAR on Fox Music, whichever one I pick. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater, and I will see you guys later. See you at Texas World tomorrow. I'm sorry for the sudden change, but you'll like Texas World a lot better. I'll see you guys later.